Hi, and welcome back to another feeding of my mini worm bin. I believe we're on feeding number 16. Last week we fed them watermelon, pumpkin, and I believe that's it. Maybe a little bit of broccoli and cauliflower. Sorry if you're having a little difficulty hearing me. I had the diesel heater is over there on full blast trying to keep the greenhouse warm. We're sitting about 66.5 degrees at the other end and about 67 degrees at this end. Yeah, it's a little chilly out here in PA. We're sitting about 30 degrees. The overnight low is supposed to go down to 27. And I had a decision to make at noon today, and that was whether to leave the diesel heater running at a 55 degrees set on the thermostat, just real low. And taking a chance of the sun coming out and the temperature inside the greenhouse hitting 75 and my fans kicking in. I got the exhaust fan set to kick in at 75 degrees so that we don't get too hot in here. And yeah, I had a choice to make whether to leave the heater running or not. So I shut her down, and I didn't get home till 6:30. And by then the temperature in here was already sitting at 45 degrees. So we're gonna have to hook up my other heater here. This heater is a Wi-Fi controlled heater. Well, not this one. This is the Pro. This is the Wi-Fi one over here. And yeah, I can control that anywhere in the world through their app and Wi-Fi, but that diesel heater is still sitting there for some reason. Yeah, maybe this weekend we'll switch it out so that one is in the little greenhouse for overnights when it's really cold and the radiant heat can't keep up. And we'll put the Wi-Fi heater in its place, and then I can turn it on and off from at work, and I don't have to be here or call my mom and tell her to push buttons on the remote control. Sometimes that heater gives me a hard time still on startup. I don't know, the glow plug power factor isn't set right, so sometimes she don't light off on the first shot, and having to call my mom and tell her to push buttons on a remote, it isn't. I want to be able to connect to Wi-Fi and just turn it on myself, not rely on other people. So here we are in the bin. There's the piece of watermelon. I got the bright lights. There were a couple wormies working on the rest of the insides of it, but I scared them off. See if there's any of the pumpkin. And there, can we see any? It's a pineapple leaf. Don't see any over there. Pretty sure I put pumpkin in here. We gave them a good helping of bedding, so that may be hindering our abilities to find the pumpkin. Maybe we'll scoot. Oh, I hit a worm. Sorry, wormy. I didn't mean to move you roughly. Trying to find the feeding zone. There's some more pineapple leaves that snuck in the feeding. Yeah, another pumpkin leaf. There might have been. That might be a piece of the pumpkin. Yeah, it looks like the wormies enjoyed the pumpkin. So, sorry, light. Alright, sorry, folks. Light went down. Okay, we can dig down into the material so that you all can see what the wormies are looking like and see our gorgeous vermicast. Yeah, the wormies are doing a number in this bin. They are working it. happy wormies. Keeping them nice and warm, temperature controlled. That one is taking off before I can get him on the rake. There he is. Nice healthy, oops, sorry bud, juvenile worm. He'll climb back down. I'm gonna wet down this bedding anywho, so he'll be happy in a moment or two. I'm not gonna do that on the air, but yeah, castings are looking good back there. I do believe that's a piece of the apple that we had left in there. And the wormies are working it. That's about I think that's a week old. I think I gave those slivers to the wormies last week in their feeding. So yeah, the wormies are doing their job in the bin. We can definitely say that. I'm sure they're gonna knock down some of this bedding by the next feeding. So according to the manual temperature reader there, we're sitting at 78. And yeah, I know you guys may be able to see these fruit flies are not subsiding to the colder temperatures. In fact, I just saw a double-ended one running around, which means they're doing their thing in my bin, which isn't good. Lots and lots and lots of these stupid flies. I'm so sick of seeing them. Oh, it drives me crazy. This bin is just loaded with fruit flies. But we're outside. They're going to get cold, and they're not going to be able to deal with those temps. So let's get on with our feeding. Sorry this is taking 10 minutes to feed the wormy. See these guys above so that you can see, hopefully. Yeah, you're looking over. Alright, I'm gonna get another thing of bedding for them. A cup of bedding. Hello, cup. Where are you hiding? Get your bowl. You can do the honors today. Get your bowl. Gotta scoop some bedding so that they're insulated from the cold food that we're about to put in there. And on the menu today, we have cauliflower broccoli that is thawed. We have some green beans, and we have some pumpkin orange. The orange bits are the leftover pumpkin. So let's get on with the feeding. It's going to be a little messy. So I think we're going to do the dump method. Try not to dump too much, but dump enough. Hello, pumpkin, where are you hiding? Let's get some pumpkin in there. Come on, pumpkin, get out. Alright, there it goes. There goes their feeding. So a lot of broccoli and stuff. The frozen stuff is the pumpkin, but it's thawing at the moment. You know, that's really not cold. I'm going to try to scoop that under the bedding that I just dropped in there. This is my first time of putting green beans in the bin. So, you know what? Yeah, we're just going to try to knock that stuff down into the bedding a little. That we just put down there. Mush it in a little. It's thawed, so I'm not worried. It's been thawing in the warmth for about 2-3 hours, so yeah, I'm pushing right through the pumpkin, so not stressed about the wormies being in contact with frozen bits. Just trying to move it around a little bit, and we'll get another scoop of bedding in there after we apply some of the glacier rock dust. I got some eggshells. Where are you hiding? I know I got eggshell. Where are they hiding? Sorry, folks. This place is a mess in here. I found them. Crack you up in the bag. We'll sprinkle some eggshells throughout the bin, not just on the feeding zone, because the wormies are eating the bedding and they could use the grit anytime. So we spread it throughout the bin, not just on the feeding zone. We will give them a little bit of the vermichow throughout the bin as well. And I think, no, I got coffee. I'm skipping a step. And I got them a healthy scoop of some coffee. I'm not going to put any big clumps in, just break it up. Coffee is good for the worm bin. It's a source of carbon, a little bit. And good for your gardens too. Neutralizes the pH. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna give them another little scoop of some bedding over top. Not gonna cut down on the flea flies, but they could use some bedding. All right. I'm not going to keep you around for me moistening all that bedding that I just put in there. Hey, thank you so much for checking in on the 16th feeding of my mini worm bin. Please hit that thumbs up and hey, leave a comment, complaint, criticism. Hey, good comments are welcome too. Thank you all. Bye-bye now.